Oh, hello and welcome back to another Rust Toy Reviews video. Hey, we're doing 2-in-1 video on Rust Toy Reviews. This may be the first, probably not the last, but I've had these two figures sitting around for a while, been wanting to open them, and I haven't opened them at all. And I'm planning on doing a review on my animated Cyclops figure. I still have more if I need to review also. So I figured I'll try to help myself catch up and knock these two out in one video, and expect some more Marvel Legends reviews coming to this YouTube channel. Anyway, I like the design right here with the box art. Villains are facing towards the heroes, so I should have had them set up like this. Very reminiscent to that battle clash moment in the theme song, towards the end of the theme song from the X-Men animated series. That's what I'm suspecting that they're going for anyway. Alright, so you have the double jointed elbows with the pinless tech. We are not going to see that on the figure. I never thought we were going to see that on this figure because I hadn't seen this promo image until after this was released and people were, talking about it online. So, but yeah, I'm not particularly thrilled about either of these figures. They're expectations are quite low. Anyway, read up on Storm says with her weather manipulation powers, Storm can summon lightning across the sky or gentle rain over a parched land. And then Mystique says the mutant shapeshifter known only as Mystique uses her powers to infiltrate and undermine the X-Men. So I really like both of these characters. I love X-Men animated series, so I wanted these. And yeah, let's get to it and open them. So here's the two figures out of the box, and neither of them are really impressive. I mean, this is kind of a stupid purchase, being honest with you. It's a novelty purchase anyway, like when you buy a product at an amusement park and you're paying way too much for it. It's the branding, it's the likenesses, it's the bad animated paint apps that we're seeing on them is why we buy them. These aren't actually as bad as some of the other ones. The Storm, I don't like the paint. Let's look at her first. Like, it at least has some direction over here, and that's one thing I talk about with these is that, I want them to have some kind of direction. It's just that the shapes of these shadow marks, it looks too much like, I don't know, like writing or something. I don't know. It looks so weird to me. It doesn't have that animated cel-shaded look. It's kind of like an artistic piece, it looks like, more than it trying to represent the cartoon art style. Now, she does have the two lightning effect hands, which I love. I think these are fantastic, and I'm happy to see them again. These came out pretty clean for me. And then you have just the two regular hands right there, and that's it. No interchangeable heads or anything. Would have been nice to get an interchangeable head with the hair wafting around and stuff. That would have been very appropriate for this character. We got that with the animated, or not the animated version, but the 2-pack version from a while ago. And I'm just trying to get things in focus. There you go. But, lipstick's painted well. The eyebrows and the eye paint looks good. So I can't complain about the face itself. The hair is all big, how it looked in the animated series. No paint detail on it. It is sculpted well, though. So I do like that. I just kind of wish that they had a slightly different, I don't know, another head sculpt would have been cool. You get the lightning bolt earrings right over there, X logos, all this stuff we've seen before. I have I think this is the vintage collection version, so you can see how this figure's a repainted figure based off of this, same parts through and through, aside from the head sculpt. So I guess if you missed out on this and you're longing for your white suit Storm, well, then you can get this animated version. I do like how this has that pearly shimmer. This one does not, though. So, yeah, I'm not going to go through all the articulation and stuff. You know how it goes with these. We've seen these Cape Bishop parts so many times, pinned joints everywhere. The cape has some lines through them right over there. So, this is totally a novelty piece kind of thing, and not really that dope. And then same goes for Mystique. Like, this is exactly what I was expecting. And she has more of a grayish hue in her color. So you can see right here we have the Walgreens exclusive version, and then the head sculpt looks the same. Oh, it's a different head sculpt, I think. First, I thought it was the same exact head sculpt, but no, it's slightly different, or they painted the mouths differently. The hair is at least very different, so you could tell that the hair is different, and I like that, But this one out of the two of them, I'm actually preferring more, even with the single jointed elbows. I do like the direction of the shadows, so it's a little bit more consistent because you have inner shadow placement right here on the legs, and then you have inner shadow placement on the arms, and it comes like towards the middle. Well, you have one side right here, but I don't know. It's a little bit more symmetrical, but at the same time, kind of doesn't make sense if you're going to have, you know, I don't know, if your light source is coming from here, I don't know. So that, I guess it makes sense. To me, it looks a little bit more consistent, but the color blue, I guess, is more cartoon accurate. I just don't like it that much. Like, if this is the only Mystique figure you're gonna ever get, I guess you should be happy because it's gonna be way cheaper than getting the Walgreens one now. But I mean, for real, it's not like for a comic version Mystique. You're gonna be disappointed, man. It's not gonna be that great, you know. I don't know. Maybe it is for you. I like the gold and red hair right here on this one way more. Like, that just looks so much better to me. But again, I don't know how much she's going for in the aftermarket, but I assume it is a lot. And then this one right here, you know, not nearly as much. She does come with a fair amount of accessories. I like that she comes with 2 gun holding hands. As you can see, we have trigger fingers on these, and they do have that cell shading paint on them too, so that's cool. And then you get the 2 wide open hands, each with their cell shading paint on them. And then you get the forged guns right here. You get one in that hand, and then this one right over here. I didn't think she had blue-colored guns in the show, but yeah, she did. Oh, we also get baby Kurt Wagner right here, which is the same thing as the baby Hulk. We get some gold paint for the pacifier and some added dark brown over this maroon color, so there that is. So to measure out these 2 figures, you could see that they're both standing at about 6.5 inches. Maybe Storm's a little bit taller than Mystique over here. And then to bring out their previous versions that we already talked about, you can see we have the Vintage Collection Storm right over there, next to this new animated Storm. Pretty much the same parts. And then again, we have Mystique over here next to the animated Mystique. So not a whole lot of variations over here. So I had to take a look at the back of this figure over here because I didn't expect them to use the AOA Rogue parts right here. I mean, comparing it to the first one, we only get 1 back hole. This one has 2 back holes right here, and plus that V cut around the back. It's a little bit weird to see. It's a little bit different anyway. And you have your cell shading line coming around the front and back of this piece right over here. I did bring out all of my other animated figures, aside from Mr. Sinister, which I have misplaced, and I'll find him, but I'm not really even that sad about misplacing Mr. Sinister because that's my least favorite of the animated figures. Like, that one's just really, really bad to me. But yeah, we have Jubilee and Wolverine are probably 2 of the better ones. And I am not a fan of Jean Grey over here. That's another bad one, in my opinion, anyway. So, this is totally a novelty type of purchase. So, I don't know how else to explain it, but it's like, you know, it's like totally. Maybe this is like a kind of like a dad thing, but like, you know, when you go to the amusement park with your family, you kind of have to like suck it up and realize that you're going to pay like $5 for a Coke Zero or something. You know what I mean? Like ridiculous prices for the novelty of being at the amusement park. And that's what this feels like. I'm like, oh, okay, I've been overcharged just for the novelty of having the animated series figures right here. So it's really one of those things where like, hey, are you a sucker for doing that? You know, to some, yeah, you're going to look like a sucker paying $5 for that Coke figure. But if you have fun at the amusement park and your family's having a good time and you enjoyed yourself and the experience was pleasant and you got what you wanted and, you know, you didn't have, you know, a thirsty, you know, partner with you and stuff like that because you bought that Coke or whatever, well, then it's like that's going to mean something else to you, right? So I love the animated series, and I don't know why. It's just that I really want these, and I know it's not falling very well into the logic category, like the $5 soda. But for me, these make me happy. There's something about just having them that makes me happy. I don't know what it is, but see, I'm already frustrated working with the single jointed elbows over here. That's frustrating. But you know, maybe that joy will subside over time. But for the time being, I'm actually excited about having these all on one shelf together, which I haven't really set up yet. But yeah, I like them. It's stupid, I know, but popcorn, candy, ice cream. That's what this whole thing falls into, collecting action figures. It's your amusement park experience where you're getting overcharged for having fun. And that's kind of what's happening with these right here. So no, not the best deal in the world. Not the best deal at all. But, I don't know, I just like having them. And if I'm happy, well then that's okay then. Ooh, and I got a new email. That means I gotta go. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, as well as the notification bell. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.